Sorry, Christine, I just slipped my mind about getting that form to you. I have it at the office.
Okay, all right. Did everybody got her resume though? She's pretty. Be a nice addition to the board. Lori, I don't know if any of you guys have any information, but Lori Larson is telling me that there's somebody interested again in buying that Elm Street School building. Has anybody heard anything about that?
No, I haven't heard anything recently.
Okay.
That would not be good.
Well, she
Hey,
said that
Jared.
they're clearing people out. I think that's for a different reason because the building's not up to code or something.
Right.
But then she said the builders who want to buy the building want the whole parking lot, which of course puts us out of business. So we have to find out. So maybe I'll call the mayor tomorrow.
Happy New Year,
We
everyone.
just need it in the day, though. You know, maybe we could use it at night.
So Jared, I'm
No,
on
no, this would be for
a
a park.
second meeting simultaneously.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what we hear in the
I was
background.
gonna ask what that noise was.
Yeah. I will try to put that down to 0. I told them I didn't think our meeting was gonna be very long.
No, it should only be like
Yeah,
10 or
no.
15 minutes.
Yeah, you could also, if you wanted to mute yourself with us, maybe that would do it so that you can still hear them.
Can you hear them now?
No,
No.
Okay.
no,
yeah,
we're good now.
Okay, good.
Okay, I think, or I know that we have a quorum, so I'm gonna call to order a Kent Park and Rec Commission special meeting at 7:02 p.m. At this time, we do not need to elevate any alternates. So the next item of business would be, could I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Do we have a second? John,
Second.
Kate, oh, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, great.
Hi, I couldn't find my microphone.
Thank you. And I don't see any members of the public on right now, so we could move on to commission related business. Hopefully everybody had a chance to take a look at the supporting documents in the drive, but I took actually, Jared, is it in there in the drive, the dates that I had put together?
You know what? It might not be. So I'll put that in there now, just so it's in there. If you just want to read them out, I guess. I'm guessing I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't put them in there. Let me check right now.
It's not there. It's not
It's
there.
not there. Okay. Yeah, I'll just download them from that email and put them into a Word document.
Okay, great. Hold on one second.
I have the email here too, if you want me to read them.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you want to go ahead and read them?
Yeah.
Sorry, so just before he reads the dates, last year we had scheduled 2 meetings a month because we were still kind of getting our footing with the new director, and we were finding that our meetings were going much longer than an hour and we needed more time to cover everything. We also had all of those changes in staffing with ASP and everything. To me, it feels like we are kind of in a good groove right now and don't necessarily need 2 meetings per month. So I trimmed the schedule back to 1 meeting a month. And hopefully we can still keep those to an hour long in respect for everyone's time. But to come up with the dates that Jared's going to read, I basically cross-referenced the 3rd Monday in each month with any holidays. And if it were a holiday week, then I just moved it to be the 4th Monday of the month.
Okay, so those dates, so today is a special meeting. The regular meetings would be, the first one would be Monday, January 23rd, because of MLK, Martin Luther King. The Martin Luther King holiday is on Monday, the 16th. And then February 27th, and that's also pushed back because the 20th is President's Day. Monday, March 20th. Monday, April 17th. Monday, May 15th. Monday, June 26th. That's because the week before is that Monday before is Juneteenth. Which as of this year is observed as a holiday in town. Monday, July 17th, Monday, August 21st, Monday, September 18th, Monday, October 16th, Monday, November 20th, and Monday, December 18th.
I also just put the dates in the chat. I probably should have thought of that earlier too. Does anybody have any issues with going back to one meeting a month? Or with sticking with Mondays like it has been?
I
Well,
personally
for
think
me,
it makes sense.
sense.
So. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say,
No,
there might be a
all
couple
good.
that there might be a couple that you might need at least 2 a month, coming up to the spring and stuff like that, so.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that we can always call a special meeting if needed to add those in. But I definitely think that there will be, I agree with you, John, that there will be some months that will need to touch base sooner than the regular meeting.
Yeah, and I think we've proven over that, especially in the fall, things got a little choppy, that we've proven that we can come together for a special meeting as needed. And I think Biz's idea of using that survey tool for choosing times is great. So if we decide, oh, we need to approve a purchase, or we need to approve something for a program, or whatever other something budget related, you know, we've proven already, I think, to ourselves that we can pretty easily choose a day and time that works and get a quorum going for a special meeting. So I think rather than scheduling 2 meetings and having to cancel a whole bunch because there's not enough business, I think Julia's idea, I think it makes total sense. So
I would only wonder if we could push it earlier than 7 PM, but I know that's can be hard for other people.
I can do it earlier if need be.
I can do it earlier if need be as well. Jared, how does that work for you?
the only problem for me with that is during when we have programs going on and everything. But I think in those cases, if there's going to be a conflict,
No, I would think that Jared, you would be the one that it affects. That's exactly what I thought of, like you rushing to get to our meeting when you've got all the programs going on would be not ideal for you.
yeah,
So-
it isn't ideal, but you know, I'll make it
So,
work
so
if it
then
works
it's a,
better for you,
then
so.
it's a no. I was just putting it out there.
Okay.
If you know, if we could have it at 6, that would be better for me, but it doesn't have to, 7 is fine.
Okay.
Just
then
an old
I-
lady.
I'd say let's leave it at 7.
I'm with you, Kate. I rarely see anytime after 8:30.
Well, fortunately, we've been keeping the meetings a lot.
Oh, yes. Amen, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's
Yeah,
not, I won't say
ending
anymore.
at
I don't wanna jinx
9:30
it.
or 10 that wasn't working. So, yeah, no, absolutely right. No, we'll leave it at 7. It's all good.
So unless anybody has any other issues, could we have a motion to approve the proposed Park and Rec 2023 regular meeting schedule?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second,
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, great. All right, on to the next item, the discussion of commissioner terms. Jared, were you wanting to clarify those or
Yeah,
should we?
I could do that real quick.
Okay,
So I spoke with Darlene earlier, actually I should say in December, And we just went over whose term is actually expiring. And the expiring terms were John, Blythe, Biz, because she filled a partial term. And then Diane, as we know already, Diane does not wish to be reappointed, so her term will expire, and then we will be able to advertise for the vacancy. It expires on the 19th, as everyone's terms do, which is the year of the date of the annual meeting. And then both John and Blythe would like to be reappointed, so they would be reappointed to 3-year terms. Biz would be reappointed to a 1-year term because all alternates are only 1-year terms. And then nobody else needs to be concerned about their terms because no one else expires right now. And then the only thing, as Julia mentioned earlier, which we may require another meeting, I'm not 100% sure, but should Julia wish to be chairwoman, continue as chairwoman, which I presume that she does, that also, I believe you emailed me earlier, Julia, right? And that will require just a separate vote.
Yeah, we can put it on the agenda in our January meeting, but it's the same
Okay.
as it always is, where every January, the commission will nominate who they'd like to have be the chairperson, and then we'll vote on it. So,
Okay, great. So then all we need to worry about right now are the 2 items that I sent you earlier. Recommending the reappointment of John, Blythe, and Biz, and then advertising for Diane's replacement, advertising for Diane's open seat come the 19th when it's officially open.
So now, Diane was a full board member?
No.
no, Diane's an alternate.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, I would have, supported the idea of Biz becoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, okay. So we need to find one more alternate?
Yep.
Okay.
So I think I can, Jared so kindly put together the wording of the motion for these terms and stuff. But after we pass a motion for re-upping John, Blythe, and Biz, then we'll also do another one in reference to advertising the open alternate seat. So with that said, could we have a motion to recommend to the Board of Selectmen the following reappointments to the Park and Recreation Commission? John Grant to a 3-year seat expiring 1/19/26. Blythe Everett to a 3-year seat expiring 1/19/26. And Elizabeth Bernard to a 1-year alternate seat expiring 1/19/24.
Second.
Did we have a first?
Oh, well, I'll make,
So moved. Okay, Rufus is moved. Do we have a second then?
Second.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, great. And John, you're on, but also just in case Blythe and Biz listen, thank you to all of you for remaining committed to the commission. That's awesome to know that you guys are all coming back.
Agreed. I second that.
And then now for the advertising of the alternate commissioner. When we first appointed Biz, we also had 2 other alternates that were interested. I think that we do have to publish this, or we do have to publicly let everybody know that the seat is available. But I also think that it's appropriate to go back to the 2 candidates who had expressed their interest before Mary Ellen Epstein and Brian Hastings, and just let them know that we have another opening, and we could use the letters they had already submitted if they were still interested, so that they didn't have to go through extra work.
Yes, yeah. When I spoke to Darlene, she did say we need to re-advertise, re-canvas, advertise, whatever you want to call it. But I agree regarding the other 2. That sounds like, we've already done the process with them. So
Very recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys are all, I don't know if anybody else has any thoughts on it. Or if you're ready for me to give the language for that motion as well.
No, why don't you do the motion?
Okay, okay, so could we have a motion to advertise to the public an open alternate commissioner seat on the Park and Recreation Commission, which will become available on 1/19/23, following the expiration of Diane Impastado's term as an alternate, a seat for which she has indicated she will not be seeking reappointment.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
I think we should just, so we'll, just to add on to that, I'd say we maybe just set a date for which we'd want that to end. So I don't remember what we did last time, to be honest, but I feel like if we set like 3 weeks or whatever, or, you know, up until the next meeting, I would say put a deadline on when we want to review applications, basically.
Yeah, why don't we review them, so we could update the motion to ask for applications by January 23rd, which would be close to 3 weeks, and then also our next meeting. Does that work?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
Did we accept Diane's departure?
She's not resigning, so there's actually nothing to accept. She's
Okay.
just not seeking reappointment because her term expired anyway. So she's just not seeking reappointment. So it's not like a midterm resignation. So
Okay, so all those in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, great. Thank you,
who
guys.
made the motion?
Rufus, and then Mike seconded it, I believe.
I think Mike.
Oh,
made
Mike
the motion
made the
and I-
motion. Oh, okay, sorry about that.
Correct.
That's-
Thanks.
All right.
Next item of business is the rescheduling of the craft party.
Yeah, I'm not sure that this needs a motion or anything, but we were gonna do our craft party. I don't remember the date, the Friday before, I believe it was the 20th. I shouldn't say the 20th. I should say the
I think it was the 16th.
16th, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it got like quasi snowed out, but nothing ended up really happening, but the school was closed. So I'd like to reschedule that because we had a lot of signups. I believe it's going to be a good event. So I'd like to reschedule it for Friday, February 10th. And instead of doing, Christmas holiday themed, we will do Valentine's Day, general winter theme, maybe throw in some St. Patrick's Day too. And I've spoken to the Housatonic Youth Services Bureau, and they're really interested in getting involved in helping us run it. So we should really be able to put on a great event. So right now, if basically we will either hold it at the community house or the school in the cafeteria. I'm not 100% sure yet which avenue will go, but we do have some choices for venue. And I will share that up after the meeting. So I don't know if it requires a motion or not, since we already approved the
I
event.
don't think so, since we approved the event, we're just scheduling a rain date, so I think it's fine.
Okay, great. Yeah, then
Um,
that's all I needed. And as with last time, as I don't remember what we were talking about, but Julia was, but anybody who wants to come out and help or run a craft station or, do refreshments, like always welcome and more than appreciated.
Yeah, Jared, when you have it rescheduled, why don't you, did you already say a date and I missed it, or you're just planning on doing it?
I'm sorry, what?
When you have a date picked, why don't you shoot us all an email?
Yeah, the
And
date, I want to do Friday, February 10th,
okay, great.
Yeah. which is
we'll,
the Friday before Valentine's Day, which is why I thought like doing Valentine's crafts, make a
Yeah.
Valentine and other wintry stuff would be good.
Awesome. Okay, great. So the next item on the agenda is the planning of open skate sessions.
Yes, okay. So, as you guys may or may not know, I think it's been discussed previously, but, the Kent School, their rate for this year for using the ice is $300 an hour. Previously for open skate, we've charged $5 a person or $20 a family, or we had the rec pass thing. Obviously the rec pass isn't going on right now. But I did the math, and just to break even on the program, not including staff or anything, but just to break even on the rental, if we were to get 40 people to come out, which we never really went above 40, maybe 45 last time, we'd have to charge $7.50 a person to hopefully meet the $300 that we paid for the ice time. As you guys know, I think I made it pretty clear. I'm trying to, when we can, at the very least, break even on a program. This is definitely not a program we're gonna draw any real revenue on in terms of in terms of revenue compared to expenses. But I figured if we charge $8 a person or 30 for a family, that's for an hour, a full hour of skate. We should be able to at least come close to breaking even, like I said, but that doesn't include Lee and Jim supervising, or, obviously my own time there as well, collecting money or whoever else is there. But I think that's the best. I think that's we have to do the 8 and the 30 if we want to try to come close to matching what we paid for the ice time. So that's my my suggestion to you guys, and open to discussion.
So can they do this online, Jared?
Yeah, so that's actually, I'm glad you brought that up, John. I last year I was there, and I just collected cash at the door, which obviously will still be an option. But my goal is to basically the dates we do, they'll be up on the website, and they can sign up in advance. And basically I will have a list printed out, that morning, either myself or if Shane is going to be, there, we'll have a list printed out, and that way anybody who's pre-registered can just come in and say, hey, last name so-and-so, we'll check them off the list, and then we don't have to worry about as much money exchanging hands, which obviously is always a good thing.
Advertise my brand. I really just think. I know.
$8 is cheap. I'd go for it.
What was that, John?
I said I would go for the $8. That's fine. Even if it went to $10, I think people would gladly give you the $10. You don't have to change it.
I missed that, John. I'm sorry. It was all fuzzy.
He was saying that he thinks that $8 is a good price, and that even if we did 10, he thinks that people would pay it.
Okay, great. Awesome. Anybody else?
I'd go with 10 and a free hot chocolate. Do more individuals come out, or families?
It's a mix, to be honest. I wouldn't say we get too many solo skaters. There's definitely a few of them, but more often than not, you might have like a father and son, or a father and daughter, or a husband and wife. It's a mix, but generally you're going to have at least a couple, or more.
I guess my only concern is if it's only going to be for an hour, everybody's going to be arriving at the same time. I guess what risk you run is that it's too popular, that it's sort of kind of a madhouse at the beginning of the hour.
Yeah, sorry, continue.
No. I guess my reaction to the money was, that $8 for an hour, that sounded like a lot to me. That's just my reaction to it, but it didn't to you guys, so. But that's, that's my only reservation would be like if it was a madhouse and you spent that money and it was a madhouse, but if we have historical numbers that indicate that it will not be, then I would obviously assume that'll be the same situation.
How long were the open skates in the past? Do we know?
As far as I know, they were an hour.
An hour, okay.
just
Go ahead.
No, just an hour. That's all they were.
Yeah,
And-
just an hour. Yeah.
And I think
guess
the
my, sorry, go
limit
ahead.
was, the limit was like 60 people, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, well, that's great. And then if we could do it online and then, if you hit your limit, then it's, that. solve
Yeah,
that
and that's
problem.
not a
Solve the
bad
problem of
idea,
crowds,
Kate.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea, is to really push people in the direction of online sign up. As we started doing with other things, even like the egg hunt, we knew people would show up at the door, but we really strongly requested that people signed up ahead of time. And I think what we could even do for this is say space is limited. Please sign up in advance. And if we hit the maximum and people do come to the door, we just say, hey, this event is full today. Please sign up for next week. So
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Now, I don't know if it ever hit that 60 number. All I can speak to is my experiences last year. And I remember the most we had was like I said, somewhere between 40 and 45.
Cool, sounds good.
And one thing that does work to our advantage in terms of that madhouse scenario is a lot of those people are already at the rink, because if we do what we did last year, which I'd like to, the Learn to Skate program is happening beforehand.
Yeah.
So a lot of those people will get off the ice, use the bathroom, hang out for a few minutes, and then get back on to skate with mom or dad or whoever else came with them. So they're not going to be arriving in the lobby, everything else. They're already in the gym, just sitting on the bleachers waiting to go.
Gotcha.
So that does help alleviate the stress.
Gotcha.
I guess, so my thinking, or when I was thinking about the price, $8 seems fine to me. I'd probably be inclined just to do $8 instead of 10, because I feel like optically people would be like, what, it's double the price? Because if there is a family of 3, like that ends up being significant, the increase.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think as people are paying online too, and that's the majority of it, I mean, we don't have to worry about change or anything else. So it's really, it's not like that's going to be as much of consequence. But even last year, I got literally from the treasurer, I got like $100 in singles and just was making change. So I think the change situation shouldn't be too much of an issue, but if we're doing it all online, then it's a, easy.
Does know a lot of that. So, anyway.
All right. Do you guys all agree? Or what do you think? 8 versus 10? Before we make a
Eight's
motion.
great.
Okay. So could we have a motion to run 6 one-hour sessions of open skate at the Kent School at a cost of $8 per participant or $30 for a family of 4 or more?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Right.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, great. So that is it on our agenda tonight. So I will adjourn this meeting at 7:29 p.m. Thank you, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Good night, everybody.
Kate,
Good
look
night.
at that. Our first meeting, 29 minutes.
We're going to bed.
There you go, exactly.
Great background, Jared.
Oh,
Bye.
you like the soccer logo?
Yeah, I mean, I missed the Santa picture, but if you're gonna change it, this is a good one.
I'll have a new one every time for you, Mike.
Hey, man, I'm gonna hold you to that. All right. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Good night, guys.